All right, silly builder guy. We get it. You're not sponsored. You like tools. You're going to build a race car. So let's talk about these tools, right? This time I'm actually going to show you what tools I use. Because like I said, I have done a lot of work in Florida on roofs, on framing inside the house, remodeling, tearing apart, demo work, bathrooms, kitchens, bedroom, you name it. I've terminated low voltage cables, including Cat 6. I've run my own internet throughout my entire house. I've wired all of my cameras to my own house to make my. So I'm one of those handy all around do it kind of guys. And I've found that quality tools help me do my job properly. So what tools do I use? Well, here is the one. Like I said, I'm not sponsored by anybody, and I want to get that out first and foremost. First, guys, you'll hear me rave about Harbor Freight. They have been clutch on a guy with a budget. They really have. You go in there and you pick up their tools, man. You can feel it. It used to be crap. I will give you that, guys. It used to be garbage. You used to go in there and you could pick it up and like it was a disposable tool. You got it just for that reason. They're putting some effort in. They're getting some good quality stuff in, guys. So you'll hear me start raving about them a lot, a lot. Other than that, Amazon. Not gonna lie. So I have been going to the big box stores local. Like I'm in a small town. You want to talk about a small town? I'm in a small town. Sebastian, I think, has 30,000 people. It's a pretty small town. I love it. It's a great town by the water, but it does not have a lot of amenities for shopping, for tool selection, etc. I've done so much of my tool shopping either down in the local town or the big box stores elsewhere, and I get so tired of spending stupid money at Home Depot or Lowe's for one socket set or one wrench set. Because man, if you go there and you look at a Husky wrench set, guys, it's astronomical these days. It's ridiculous. 50, 60 bucks just for a wrench set, and you're like, I don't know, man. Like, it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right. It just feels way too fucking high. Like you know that they're doing way too much markup, and they surely that they don't need to do that much markup. So I've actually just been, hey guys, sorry. Like again, I'm not sponsored. I'll tell it like it is. So I've been going to Amazon and I've been going straight like finding. So you want to talk about wrenches? Well, since I was a little kid, I've always known a crescent wrench, right? A crescent wrench because it's the maker of one of the wrenches. It's been a long name stand. Guys, guess who that is? Crescent wrench. This is the millimeter set, 19 mil. Or this is the 19 millimeter metric set. But I think that set got me what, 30 bucks on Amazon. That's the one next to it is the SCA, the standard set. So we got metric and we got standard. Next, I went looking for a good, solid. I had miscellaneous hobnob socket sets that I found that I've accumulated over my years as I've worked on cars, bikes, furniture, etc. I decided I wanted to get an actual nice, no shit socket set that is going to cover everything I need when I start working on my race car, my race bike, my garage. And yeah, I went back to the box stores, man, and they were just charging so much money for this stuff. It's ridiculous when you walk in there and you're looking around and you're trying to find one. Craftsman's got these and that, and you're looking at $300-400 at some of these sets, and that's just a lot of money for a guy on a budget, man. I get it. I understand the whole Craftsman brand, the whole name. Guys, I'm gonna tell you, I went right back to Amazon. I'm gonna pull this guy out right here slowly. But if you see, like this Nikon set, it's a full standard and metric set. Got everything I need. They're black with laser etched, so you can see clearly what you're grabbing. This is this will be my 16. If I need to grab it, it's clear. I know exactly what I'm grabbing. So far, they have held up. This is the impact set. I think I spent 50 bucks on this. I got all the way from 8 to 19. From gosh, what do we got here? We got 3/8, 7, 5/16 all the way up to 3/4. It's a standard and a metric set all the way up from deep socket set to your small. You can't beat that, guys. I know I'm saying it, but I've been finding these little deals, and I'm saying that I think that this is kind of what I'm talking about when I say that, like, they want to give us quality stuff to build America, but not break our budget. I see it. So when you save money on the 3/8 inch socket set, because that's typically your most standard. Your standard is a 3/8 inch socket set. you can save money, and you know, man, you can for 40 more bucks, 50 more bucks, you could pick up the entire quarter socket set for the same brand, same nice etching, same good feel to it. So that's my socket set now. $100. I got both a 3/8 and in full standard and metric, and a quarter with standard and metric. I'm gonna rave about that, guys. You'll hear me. All right. Next, as a carpenter, I mean, and so you know, my toolbox is just filled with like this Quinn, which is a Harbor Freight, the bigger socket set, your 11s to your 24s. Again, they're black with laser etch, so you know exactly what you're grabbing when you need it. I've got the entire hex bit set from Lexavon. I think that was $30, but man, if you need something all the way from, you know, 5/64 all the way up to this 3/4 honker here. This whole set, man, I'll pull it out and show it to you guys. This whole set was $30. And I like to keep them in their little trays here, but $30 for the entire set of these hex bits. So I'm a man on a budget, but I do know quality, and I do know what feels good in my hands. So moving on down, just standard. I gotta actually get a good set of T-handle hex sets, but I bought these for the motorcycle. See, these are just even higher sockets, your 32 to your 36 millimeters. That's when you want to break bolts on your motorcycle. And of course, when we break bolts, we have to get a full extraction kit. So I found this extraction kit. Seems to be in full encompassing. Great reviews on Amazon. I think it was, again, $30 or so. But a torque wrench, there's a lot of debate in the community of tools about the torque wrench, and they can, if you want as precise as you can get, you're going to spend money. I wanted a great torque wrench because obviously if you're working on motorcycles, you're working on race cars, you want that precision. So I did a little bit of searching around, and I found this nice Lexavon. Man, this thing feels great. Look at this, it's sexy. I found this like on Amazon, highly rated. People rave about its precision. It feels good in the hand. So I think this one was $50. You know, yeah, good stuff. People rave about it, and so I'm eager to try it and see its accuracy. But I can't. So far, it feels good, but I'm finding good stuff out there, guys. It's not really breaking the bank. You know, you can don't get me wrong, you can spend $500-600 on a damn good torque wrench, but $50 for the 3/8, and I think they even got the 1/2 inch. Look, if you really want to. So I dropped some. You know, I was like, well, they make it affordable enough to where if I needed to, I could get that 1/2 inch in there and really put some torque on there. This thing is solid, guys. And I think this one was $100. So you're getting real quality stuff if you know where to look for it. Again, that's me. That's enough of me raving on about Amazon, because they've been helpful in building my garage between my cabinets and my tools on a budget. That's where I've been able to find it. Second to that, like I said, I'm a carpenter, and that's where I started. I've always been building things. That's how I lost my pinky. I started with a Ryobi impact drill and driver set. You can get those $100. I think now it's like your standard sale when you go into the Home Depot. I went to the Home Depot because it was close to me. It was the only one we had in Sebastian. If I wanted to go to Lowe's, I had to drive down 12-15 miles. So Home Depot was where I went, man. It was just a local box store. I needed some tools to fix my house. So I started with Ryobi. If you go into Lowe's, and I'm gonna rave about Lowe's. I prefer Lowe's for everything over Home Depot. Wood, it's so much straighter at Lowe's. If you go pick up a board from Home Depot, you're building a bow is what you're building. That thing is so crooked. That's all you're building is bows and arrows from Home Depot. If you pick up Lowe's lumber, you know you're getting straight boards. But it's also some of their tool suppliers too. So if you go into Lowe's, you're going to look at, I guess if you want to call it the Ryobi competitor, is called Metabo. And it's not Metabo, it used to be known as Hitachi. And Hitachi got with, they basically, Hitachi Power Tools, so it's Metabo HPT. So they're still using the Metabo brand, but it's under the Hitachi Power Tools funding, I guess you can say. And you can, there's a whole like line of research, but I found that, guys, this Metabo brand, this thing is clutch. I have put this impact driver through the works. I have dropped it from ladders off 20 feet. I've thrown it from roofs. This thing, if you want a good impact driver, it has a variable speed trigger, right? It's got all the torque you need. You can adjust the torque on the side here. I am a fan of Metabo. And if you want a good entry level, I'm gonna knock it out. And this, this isn't even home level. This, I use this as professional grade tools. These, I think, beat DeWalt. I have, hands down, like, I don't know. All of the guys that I work with and have worked with in the past, they all love their DeWalt. Milwaukee's making some great tools now. Don't discount them. I decided to go between Metabo instead of Milwaukee. I'm kind of getting away from the DeWalt, and you can notice that their quality is going down. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Hit me in the comments if you agree with me, but DeWalt's quality is going down. As far as Metabo, I just dropped it on the garage floor. This thing is solid. I cannot rave about it enough. Again, I bought this for my own money. And so you'll see me here. I'm always working with the drill driver set. So that's who I use, Metabo HPT. I'm not sponsored by them. Would love to be. So Metabo, if you happen to cross this video, man, give old Clint a shout out, because boy, I will rep your shit. And so what really actually brought me to the Metabo line was this bad boy right here. Guys, if you're a carpenter, you need a saw. Like, it is your right-hand man. Your table saw in your garage, or your circular saw when you're out in the field. And this is a worm drive style, rear handled, one battery powered. So the other ones that I found that were rear handled, battery powered, required 2 batteries from, I think it was Milwaukee was the next one. But man, this thing, it's light enough to where it does not wear you out, cutting and ripping through the day. It's got a magnesium slide on it, so this thing, I've dropped it, it hasn't bent, it hasn't broken. It's got its scuffs because it's well worn and well used. As you can see, I always keep a tether on my tools because I work on roofs. So this thing, I cannot rave enough. This is actually what got me started in Metabo as a brand. I burned through my Ryobi circular saw as I was building something, and I said, you know what? I need to find a good one. And so I went down to Lowe's and I invested in this and the battery, and I have not looked back. This, guys, do not sleep on Metabo, I'm telling you. As far as DeWalt, well, everybody and their mother should have one of these. If you don't know what this is an oscillating tool. Every brand makes one. Ryobi makes one. If you're going to start going with Ryobi, again, if it's the local thing too, you get their 20-volt brushless series. Don't go with their 18-volt series. You'll regret it. The 20-volt brushless series is where it's at. That's all that's starting to come up, and it may make it. And that's what, again, this is. This is a 20-volt brushless series. This thing is actually, it's done everything I could ever ask for it. The oscillating tool, you change the blades just by pressing this to pull them out. Other ones, you might have to screw it in and out. This one, with this little lever, makes it quick change, easy. These things will last. They will get hot, but they'll still keep running. My Ryobi one actually physically started catching fire in my hand as I was working on the roof. So I threw it off the roof. But my favorite, you'll hear everybody call these different names. Oscillating tool is actually what it's called. But my favorite is meat meat. So you'll hear me call it the meat meat, because it's the sound it makes, meat 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 meat. So the meat meat. And for me, I'm not happy with this guy yet, but it's the one I bought, and it's the DeWalt 21 degree framing nailer, the battery powered one. Man, I like it. It's done what I needed it to, but I wish, honest to God, I wish I would have waited or spent money on a different one, because it just, it jams a lot. It doesn't want to shoot 3-inch nails really well, which I need. I mean, I the only ones I can really shoot now are basically 2 and 3/8. It's really all they offer. And if I'm trying to shoot two 2x4s together, man, I need something. Come on, I need 3-inch or better. So I'm having trouble getting a 3-inch nail through this gun. I just can't find them. They don't make them because it's like a smaller diameter size of the nail bit. But other than that, it just seems to lack a lot of the oomph. Like you have to, when you press it up, it makes this weird winding, and then you get the thump. And I don't like it. I wish I would have bought something different, but it is getting the job done. So I have this. If you need a framing nailer, I'm actually gonna switch to Metabo once I get the money. This one, I'm just not happy with it. I think Metabo's battery-powered framing nailer, 21 degree, is going to be much better in the hands. So there you go, guys. I mean, I'm just a normal dude in the garage. I do a lot of work outside in my community. But those are the tools so I am the guy that just kind of goes and will feel it. But if you want a good set of quality tools, I'm going to start saying, hey, go out and get yourself a Metabo set of impact driver and drill set. Can't go wrong with that. That battery will interchange with all of their new line. They got like the jigsaw, the lights, the palm router, you name it, just like Milwaukee does. I believe personally that DeWalt is going down in quality. There are better brands out there coming up. What I do see, I mean, heck, I see the Flex brand coming up. That's actually doing some really good stuff. That's probably the most equivalent to Ryobi in terms of, you got Hart, which is from Walmart, their Walmart brand. It's actually not bad. If you're on a real tight budget and you don't want to go to the big box stores, Hart is making some decent stuff from Walmart. It will not last you professionally, but for a home use, it'll get you by. But Flex is starting to come up, make some decent stuff. Ryobi, again, I started with them. I'm now finding that I burn through their tools. They're good for a homeowner. So if that's what you got, go with Ryobi. They're great. I burned through them on a professional job site. Metabo is actually, like I said, stood the test. But what I really want to talk about is the Tough Built system. And I just bought this I finally invested in the Tough Built Stack Tech system for myself, and I couldn't be happier. And so I have always been on roofs. I've always worn my tool belt tethered in if I need to be, but I cannot rave enough about Tough Built. It's a modular system. My tool belt, as you see, it clips on with these. These do get kind of annoying and bulky, but they're starting to make them a little bit more ergonomical. The pockets last. They have like rubber coatings. This has been on roofs where shingles have literally torn up the pockets. I've drug them up and down. They've been cut by metal from like drip edges, gutters, whatnot. These things last. I will buy Tough Built pouches till the day I die. I'm not. So Tough Built, if you want to sponsor me, I will rep your stuff 100%. This Stack Tech stuff, man, this Milwaukee has the pack out, and the pack out's great. Pack out's great. I was holding out to buy the Tough Built because I think it's better. Now, again, back with the modularity and the pouches. So this Tough Built system, as you can see, I've got kind of another one of my, let's take the framing nailer off. This is my marking pack if I have to go drop some lines or stake out some batten boards. That's the pouch that I kind of use. It has some outside patches for some double head nails if I need to do it. But like this is how it clips on. So these clip on. I don't know if you can kind of see it here, but those are all metal, and it clips in just like a normal rack system. So you just place it on there like such, lock it, and then now you place your clips on there, and man, your bags just clip right in. So I see pack out, I see Milwaukee, but I've found that Tough Built gets my job done. So the tools that I'm using to build here in Florida, in the heat, running these tools, these are the ones that are in my hands. These are the ones that I swear by. And so if you want to go get some quality tools, go into Lowe's, look around. Metabo, Green Means Go is their thing. So Green Means Go, Tough Built Stack Tech System. I would start looking at this because these, what they're doing, once you buy these, you have a brochure, but they have like, yeah, actually, I got it. So here's their brochure, guys. And we love stuff like this. So what they're really coming out with, and I'm just super excited. So for those of you that work with your trucks and stuff, take a look at this. That all is like a dolly kind of system. I hate that I can't. But anyway, it's like a dolly type system. It all clips in. It is tough. This stuff lasts. It really is like, lives up to its name. It's Tough Built. But here's all the accessories. And you can see this little wall mount with the yellow shelves. I can take any one of those. I can mount that to my wall. And then I can take any one of these boxes and slide them in and clip them in. So now it becomes modular wall storage. So again, I recognize, I see what Milwaukee's doing in Pack Out, but guys, I think Tough Built beat them. So those are the tools I use. If you have any questions, feel free to give a shout out. I'll definitely answer your questions. But start looking around. You can do this on a budget, guys. I did it too. I'm very excited to invest in myself. I've been doing it for a long time now, and it's actually really been paying off. So if you have the drive to build, go get yourself a decent set of tools from, entry set, 100, 150 bucks, and just start getting to work, and you'll see that it's an adventure in and of itself. So, all right, guys, thanks for joining in. Hopefully that kind of clarifies my tools. Again, I'm not sponsored by anybody, but I do know quality tools, and I've broken a lot, purchased more than I should have ever in my life, but it's allowed me to find out what ones work. So thanks, guys. Make sure you tell your friends, like and subscribe. I'm trying to get that higher number of subscribers so I can get more race car parts.